Hello! Welcome back to another show. I'm your host, Justin Arthur. This is MsNeet.
Hello.
And we're joined by the Irish Roman himself, CuiBono.
What's up, everybody? I am CuiBono. Welcome to my internet debut.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful debut.
He's the superior racist of us all.
It's true.
Shit. Justin, edit that out.
No, I'll leave it in. It's for authenticity.
So today, we'll be reading the first chapter of Theft of Fire. So the only reason I found this book is because I don't know why, but Devon Eriksen, the author of the book, popped up on my feed one day on Twitter. And then I saw he wrote a book and was like, oh, it's interesting. I like your Twitter posts. I'll give it a look-see. Me and MsNeet looked through it before, and that gave us the idea of just reading Amazon samples. So this book really started that. Qui, you're a hard sci-fi reader, right?
Indeed, I read lots of sci-fi. I've read mostly all the classics that you might imagine. I've read through all of the various 40 books in Larry Niven's universe. I've read most of Heinlein. I might have not gotten one or two of them. All of Isaac Asimov, and I read plenty of like trashy military science fiction that's newer or just whatever's fun.
Nice.
Nerd.
Your favorite one is Ringworld, if I recall?
Well, that would be the Larry Niven verse, which
Ah.
I'm very fond of. Ringworld is kind of his novel series, whereas like there's a million short stories that take place in the universe, and then there's the anthology series, which is called the Man-Kizzen Wars, which I think is actually the best of everything. But Ringworld is like the novels.
Oh.
Write that down, kiddos.
If you're gonna start reading Larry Niven, you might want to just start with Ringworld, even though it takes place in the year 9000 or something. No, 29,000.
9,000? 29,000?
We're in the 21st century. They're in the 29th century.
Oh, okay. That makes more.
Or the main character, Louis Wu, which is actually makes sense because if you read Lewis, it's actually pronounced Louis, and how you spell Lewis when you pronounce it Lewis differently, I don't know. But the character is Louis Wu, who is a like half Asian, half white, mixed fucking everything, because Earth in the 29th century is just a horrible fucking strip mall forever.
Oh, that's,
Our future.
That sounds
Wonderful.
horrible.
Kind of sounds like a dystopian sci-fi. Is that what that is?
Well, in the time that it takes place, like closest to the 21st century, it's the most dystopian. But we're not here to talk about that because I would go on about that for an hour.
It's true. Can't wait. So, audience, for those of you that don't know, because you don't know, because you wouldn't, now you will know. When me and MsNeet read the first chapter of this book, we didn't like it.
Well, I'm coming in with an open mind this time around.
I've read 5 chapters since the controversy around Devon Eriksen and the contest of some form or another.
I am a sci-fi nerd and know nothing about the author or the book except for the screenshot of the title that I'm looking at, or the cover art.
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't
Theft
you
of
love it?
Fire.
It's awesome.
So what I'm seeing is it says orbital space, and there's like a purple-eyed anime girl, a technocratic modified human white guy with some sort of bionic eye, and some unidentifiably ethnic mixed race girl. So I kind of hate it already, but we'll see.
I love it. I feel represented.
Well, Kui, have you read The Expanse?
I have. Hot take, I actually liked The Expanse, even when they fucking did a gay 30-year time jump, sidelined the main character, and made the diverse female character the leader, which I hated that plot point. But besides that, I still like the series, and I like the ending.
Getting back to Devon Eriksen,
topic.
getting back to the topic of Devon Eriksen and his book of Theft of Fire, I wanted to briefly go over what made me buy the book and read 5 chapters.
Apparently, Prometheus didn't finish the job.
So, Devon Eriksen was part of a independent competition for authors of sci-fi, I think it was. And then they just suddenly banned him for his behavior on Twitter because they hated it. And then they came out with a statement.
Did he say something based?
Well, yes, I prefer his tweets over most of his writing, quite honestly.
Ooh.
But let me read you the tweet. This is his response to getting kicked out of the competition. I was walking down the sidewalk the other day, relishing how warm weather comes early in Tennessee, when a weird little goblin with big eyes and floppy green ears jumped out of the bushes in front of me. "You're banned from the competition!" he proclaimed with a self-satisfied smirk that would have had more effect if I had the faintest idea what he was talking about. I waited a moment, entertaining the theory that, whatever this strange creature was, perhaps he had mistaken me for someone else, and would momentarily realize his error. The signs of any such epiphany utterly failed to cross his face, which remained serenely smug. The whole performance was starting to strike me as somewhat rude, but also mysterious, so I decided to run with the curiosity first, and find out what was going on. If chastisement proved necessary, I could always administer it later. What contest? The contest I came up with last week for science fiction writers. Okay. So much for mistaken identity, for I am indeed a science fiction author. However, I don't remember having entered any contests lately. Well, it's possible that someone else entered your book for you. We allow that. This last sentence he delivered with what appeared to be some sort of attempt at gravitas, as if he were making an act of noble condescension in allowing me to involuntarily enter literary contests I'd never heard of. But that doesn't matter, he proclaimed, seizing on the thread he apparently wished to use to haul himself back towards his point. If indeed he had. You're banned! Banned, I say! Oh, am I? How very mildly interesting. For violating the code of conduct! Didn't actually ask, but okay. Out of ill-advised curiosity, what code of conduct exactly? Or, let me guess, the one you came up with last week when you invented the contest. No, I came up with it yesterday when I realized I needed one.
Here's the pic in the chat of what the goblin looks like, by the way. That might be a Rumble exclusive.
He posted his own goblin picture.
Mine's better, right?
Yours is better. Yours is the superior goblin creature.
Sure. Certainly, he's a goblin supremacist.
I'm gonna put his goblin on YouTube, your goblin on Rumble. It will be great. So, audience, if you want to see the quiz goblin version, you just go to Rumble.
Rumble.
Yeah, we got into a big argument, so I made a code of conduct for everyone to abide by. Did you now? Yes, it's very official. I wrote it down and everything. Here the small green creature extended one grubby paw, holding out a partially crumpled paper napkin. There was a stylized M logo on one corner, printed in gold on a red background. Without looking closer, I was unable to ascertain whether someone had scribbled on it with a Sharpie, or used it to clean up after an incontinent Sharpay. But I did not extend a hand to accept it from him. Curiosity only goes so far. So let me get this straight. You invented a contest that people don't necessarily know they are in. Yes. And you drew up a set of rules for everyone in this contest. Yes. And you expect everyone in the contest to abide by them. Yes, they have to. It says so in the Code of Conduct, which applies to them because the Code of Conduct says it does. Right here, see? He indicated the spot on the napkin, near where some other creature, presumably one much larger and more urgently in need of antibiotics, had blown its nose. So the Code of Conduct applies to people who never signed it or even saw it, because the Code of Conduct says it does, right there on that napkin. For a brief moment, a thought appeared to cross the creature's mind, which must have been a rather short journey, if a somewhat lonely one. Yes! See, you get it! Anyway, you're banned for violating it. Out of ill-advised curiosity, how exactly? The Code of Conduct says I don't have to tell you. Interesting. One more question. Was Joseph Heller ever entered in this competition? Oh, yeah, that's what I thought.
Is that the female version of Helen Keller? I mean, the male version?
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Who
is this person?
I have no idea. But the post he was responding to is unavailable. But I do have this second tweet that he made the reply to where this guy named Edpool, who was probably the head of the contest, said, his actions directly violated the Code of Conduct, even if he didn't directly contact judges or other authors. His manifesto of disgusting tweets was driving away judges, authors, and prospective contestants, members in huge numbers. The anti-woke crowd supporting him were never really serious prospects for this competition, and they wouldn't want to be. Which is a shame for most of them, because I don't want to discriminate just because I disagree with them about stuff. This went beyond that. Furthermore, the dogpiling and harassment was grounds for kicking him out, because even if he was barely aware of it all, his cohort is doing it, and he has done nothing to stop them, because why the fuck would he?
I just hate him because of the voice you did for him.
I mean, you probably hate him if you see the picture.
Oh no, I
Oh,
certainly
no.
like. Don't get me started on goblins, all right?
well, like you'll see the picture one day of his profile picture, and you'll understand what I mean. You probably have a good idea of what it is. He's saying that he got kicked out for being harassed by Devon Eriksen fans and cohorts when no one knew about it until after he had been kicked out.
My man was entered by unknown fan, probably.
Uh-huh.
Had no idea about his work being in the thing, and then he got in trouble because somebody else claims, presumably, is his fan did something unknown that they don't like, that they won't say.
Harassment.
Yeah, I mean, is that like the police like up in your driveway at 3 a.m. harassment, or is it just
No,
like,
it's Twitter
something
harassment.
I don't like,
No,
you know?
no.
It's always only Twitter harassment.
Because I consider real harassment like something that is going to escalate. You know,
Mhm,
like
mhm.
saying something mean on the internet, that ain't harassment.
Like you, words can escalate.
Words can escalate into violence.
Silence is violence.
I
He
didn't
didn't
even
say
say
anything.
silence.
Wait, no. Silence was violence all the way up until Trump's new border czar took over, because now it's like, how dare you ever be a snitch again?
But again, the harassment didn't start. I don't think. I don't believe it did. You'd have to provide me evidence that the harassment started before Devon Eriksen was kicked out. Because no one knew about the competition. It's like a new competition. Who's going to hear about it? Really? But now, because he was kicked out of it, a lot of authors who were in the quarterfinals or whatever stage they were at, they left the competition. They
now
withdrew from it.
those people deserve a clap.
Yes, those people deserve a
In
clap.
protest.
Yep. But that's what brought me to buying the book, reading the first 5 chapters, which is the first act of the book, and also because a lot of people on Twitter were saying it was very good. And after reading the first chapter, I was like, really? So I kept on reading. And
Really?
after the first chapter, it does get a little better in the technically. I'm bored as shit, but you know, that might just be me not liking hard sci-fi as much.
Yeah, we're both fantasy readers. I mean, I think the only sci-fi that I like a lot is Horus Heresy. That's as far as I've gotten.
Plus, me and you, MsNeet, we're very big into pulps.
Yeah.
Well, I have read a certain amount of the old pulps, which are great. I had older people that I knew, my dad too, would just give me whatever they had like left over, and I read all those. And there's some really good ones, there's some stinkers, but it's, you know, if you just made every single pulp you could imagine into a pilot, then we'd actually have good sci-fi on TV.
So, anyway, are we ready to start digging into the book?
Let's go for it, Captain.
All right, we'll start with the epigraph. When Prometheus stole fire from the gods of Olympus, did he carefully distribute it to all of men in equal part? Or in the careless manner of Titans with lesser creatures, did he assume that all mortal ants are the same, interchangeable, and that knowledge gifted to one is gifted to all?
Sounds like H-1B visas.
Did he give the secret of fire to the first man he met upon the road and think his quest accomplished? Did this man then hoard that secret, making of himself a lord over all his savage brethren? Did fire ever need to be stolen a second time?
Well, that's an interesting question. I'd say that really can set up a story about anything you want to name in the modern world of breakaway civilization, that type stuff. Like, you know, the idea of hoarding the proverbial fire of Prometheus, which is advanced technology, right? Fire is the first technology. So, I mean, fair enough. That's a decent preface.
Oh yeah, it's a very interesting question at the end of the day.
It also came out a little bit anti-white to me because, like, oh, the inequality of Prometheus choosing this IQ group over that IQ group. That's like, oh, okay. So, little good, little bad.
Chapter 1. What the cat dragged in.
Don't you have any real ham?
I just about jump out of my skin because I have no idea anyone else is even on board. 2 bags of the first fresh groceries I've had in months dropped from my hands and hit the floor with a there go the eggs kind of sound. I really hate this style of description with the there go the eggs.
There you go, the X kind of sound.
I was like, what the fuck?
So, we're in the first paragraph, and is this why you asked me about The Expanse? Because that is very James S.A. Corey-y.
Oh, is this something he would do?
Yeah, he does. It sounds like him, and it's just the first paragraph, so who knows? But
I've never read The Expanse, so I wouldn't know, but I get annoyed with these kinds of descriptions.
I hate hyphens.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, it's just a pet.
I hate
like,
hyphenated descriptions, and there's
Yes.
like 5 in the first 2 pages.
First paragraph, and there go the eggs kind of sound. So wait, did his eggs break? We're in a sci-fi era where fucking eggs are like the most expensive fucking commodity ever because they're murdering chickens, because they have fake diseases. So, did his eggs break? Anyway.
It'll get better. Don't worry.
It's also a very awkward start, I think.
It is. I just about jumped out of my skin. Did you jump out of your skin or didn't you?
I do want to know if there's real ham, though, because assuming in a sci-fi thing they got fucking gay printed Bill Gates meat and whatnot. So
Well, you're gonna realize how inspired by The Expanse this is very quickly.
So one thing I didn't say in the preface is that what The Expanse does well is like a realistic reflection of what kind of like 21st century technology looks like, projecting it into the future compared to a lot of stuff like, for example, Dune, that is like kind of archaic and retarded in a lot of the way stuff works.
Mm-hmm. Since the dining area is tucked around the corner from the White Cat's tiny galley, behind the bit with the refrigerator and the zero-G oven, it takes me a few moments to find the source of the voice. But there she is, total stranger, somehow managing to lounge in a chair that's straight upright and bolted to the deck, with her feet on the table. Wasn't that Dad's old seat? Father! She's eating a sandwich. Seriously, she's made herself a damn sandwich!
But did she make me a sandwich?
No, this is an inferior woman.
Zero-G oven, okay. I'd like to know more.
Well,
Well,
you won't. That's
yeah,
the
you won't.
only description you get.
Yeah, that's it. There's a
Zero-G.
zero-G oven. I don't know what that means. I don't know how it works. It just does. I don't ask questions. Does the food just float around in the oven? I don't know.
I mean, for me, I'm interested in how the zero-G oven works. It's the first. I'm assuming the White Cat is a spaceship, but we haven't really heard.
Yeah, White Cat is a spaceship. You're not going to know about this in the first chapter, but it's like an ore hauler. So its main purpose is like the Millennium Falcon. It's supposed to drag a bunch of things or push.
Space trucker.
Yeah, it's a space trucker. Yeah, that's it.
Hong Kong, motherfucker.
I also don't find it as important that she's made herself a damn sandwich.
I mean, I think the emphasis should be, like, the italic word should be herself, not sandwich. Like, he just said sandwich, she's eating a sandwich. Seriously, she made herself a damn sandwich.
Yeah, that
Not-
would actually work better. Yes.
It would.
I just find it weird that he did the 2 sentences like that. She's eating a sandwich. Seriously, she's made herself a damn sandwich.
I don't think you understand the genius writing
I also don't
work
know why it
of
doesn't have an
Eriksen.
exclamation mark. It's a
I mean,
period.
If sandwich was not italicized and herself was, the sentence would make sense to me, to be fair, but
Yeah.
it doesn't this way. But anyway, that's hypercritical. I don't want to be a about it.
Don't worry,
I-
that's what I'm here for.
What the hell kind of person breaks into a docked spacecraft, helps herself to whatever's in the fridge, then waits for the owner to return so she can complain about the food? I'm so surprised I almost answer her out of sheer social reflex. Tell her that, no, of course I don't have any real ham. Why would a broke-ass asteroid miner have anything but flavored vat krill?
Well, at least it's krill and not mushrooms. Score 1 for them in their sci-fi world.
But then she asks,
Oh, right. Sorry, I started zoning out. Warnock, right? Marcus Warnock?
which stops me long enough to get a good look at her, and then the next sentence just curls up and dies in my mouth, 'cause that's the moment I know I'm in real trouble. It's her eyes that give it away.
Oh, wonderful. Yep. His dream lady. Maybe he should have married a robot wife that has Japanese eyes. Instead of writing about her.
There are those of us white men that are partial to the epicanthic fold.
Yes, do tell.
It's cute.
The bioengineers really went overboard on her eyes. Went huge. Old-style Japanese anime huge.
All right, time out. How far are we into the future that anime is still around? Japanese anime, first of all, that's a bit repetitive. Japanese anime.
That's something, if you're writing in either sci-fi or fantasy, you have to not do, which is it's like, if you want to look at an example of it in TV, everybody that sounds like a fucking zoomer in TV, it's like, that's not going to age well. It's like the fucking, in the Matrix 2000, everybody had a leather coat and sunglasses. Like, it's dates what you're saying, and so a reference like that really dates you, unless it turns out like this is like the 22nd century, so it's not that long ago.
Oh, it's the 22nd century.
All right, so that's not so bad, because like, look, we still make references to shit that was like in the 19th century.
Yeah, but why would you say Japanese anime huge?
If I'm a 22nd century history nerd, then I would know that Japanese anime was a thing.
You would know that anime is Japanese. You'd have to specify American anime, Korean anime.
Yeah, it feels like he threw that in for his readers because he's assuming they're retarded.
Maybe he's doing it because they don't know that anime originally comes from Japan.
I'm going to chalk it up that he doesn't know.
I feel like if you're writing a sci-fi novel, then you can expect your audience to know what anime is.
Couple that with the certain look, that characteristic glow of physical perfection. Everything arranged just right. Whoever designed her wasn't subtle about it. Long waves. Oh, right, I forgot about the ... Long waves of silky black hair, delicate, aristocratic features with high cheekbones and a razor-sharp jawline. The outsized eyes are a million shades of not found in nature violet and indigo and purple, blended like an obsessive with a tiny paintbrush spent days getting them just right.
Okay, that's a lot of description. Is she white or what? I'm guessing this is the anime girl with purple eyes
Yes.
on the cover art.
Yeah, this is exactly her.
I feel like not describing her skin tone in this paragraph is on purpose, and it's basically like giving ammo to, if this book ever became a TV show, fucking, bad casting, basically. So I really don't like that.
Well, I will say, Devon
Tell
Eriksen
me
is
what her
not a
skin
liberal.
tone is.
Well,
Yeah,
even
but
so,
still, tell me what her
Even
skin
so.
tone is.
I know.
even so, he went so hyper focused about this description. This is your dream girl, man. This is one of your main characters.
Oh, this description is long, too.
There's a really long about her facial features, her jawline, her eye color, but you don't tell me what color her skin is. Like, I don't like that.
Here you go. Erase old style Japanese anime huge. Erase that. Erase couple that with a certain look. There's so many things that could have been cut.
I don't mind old-style anime huge as a...
It's no point.
It's a first-person perspective. It's like you're getting some perspective from the character here. You're getting how he thinks about it. What
You're telling me this fucking trucker dude is watching anime in space?
I'm going to do a super deep cut, but if you want to know how to accurately describe a beautiful woman as an author, you read War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy. The way he describes the princess in the first chapter is just perfect, and he specifically says her small imperfection is what changes her from being just ordinarily pretty to absolutely stunning and beautiful, or something like that. And it's like, that's how you fucking describe that's how you describe a beautiful woman. This is just kind of crazy.
Well, I get it that it's coming from his point of view, but it's not a very likable point of view.
It's like, my character is a waifu. Okay,
yes,
gotcha.
That's what he's saying.
This is my waifu, okay?
Now,
like, don't talk shit about my waifu, bro. It's kind of like that. Post-human.
a genitwist.
Transhuman.
That's the term. That's the important term there. The genitwist.
I would read it as gene twist, but I get it's one word, so Jenna.
Okay. A gene twist. That might that might make more sense. I was saying genetwist the entire time, as in genetics, because that's what I was thinking.
So Janetta Wist. You could be Janetta Wist.
Yeah, genetwist.
I mean, whatever. Like, it's always fucking hard to understand how to pronounce the made up sci-fi word, and you usually just go with whatever the audiobook guy does, unless then the author corrects him.
Posthuman, a genetwist, and an obvious one. Looks like someone stuffed a fairy into a tailored gray business suit, complete with sensible skirt. She's so beautiful it almost hurts to look at her.
Does it? Does it almost hurt to look at her?
I don't know. He has to keep away from her because he's been alone in space too long.
Well, I hope there's like genetic purist characters who are like the space racists who are like, ugh, I don't like them. They're not human. That'd be me. Anyway,
I would be right there with you.
I don't give a fuck how beautiful she is. She's a fucking freak of nature, not made by God.
Freak of nature? What's a freak of nature?
Nature. Sorry, I'm retarded. But
I'm kind of retarded.
you know, when it comes to transhumanism, I just get triggered. I don't know.
Yeah, transhumanism is disgusting.
So you read sci-fi, and oftentimes it's in first person, right? Q?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd say historical is more usual in first person for historical type stuff than sci-fi, but some sci-fi is, yeah.
Is it normal for them to write like this, where it's just mostly their thoughts and not actually interacting with the scene? Like, oh, I take a step back because she's so beautiful, it almost hurts to look at her. Is it just normal for them to just place a thought here where she's so beautiful, almost hurts to look at her?
I don't know what that particular tense is called, because it's like you're writing from the third person, and you have narrator voice in your dialogue, and the narrator voice is not the character, but you're experiencing the protagonist's thoughts. And like J.K. Rowling wrote Harry Potter like that, and I don't know what that's called, but it's kind of like that, and I think it's kind of cringe. I kind of agree with you if that's what you're saying, that it's kind of cringe.
Well, it is in first person. He's saying I.
Is he? But this isn't an account.
Harry Potter's in third
Oh
person.
no, this is an account. You're right. It starts, I just jump out of my skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is first person.
So that's why I'm wondering, since it's in first person, it's normal for these thoughts.
The
to
book
be like,
also
"So
never
beautiful."
changes from Marcus's perspective.
Oh, must be insufferable.
The whole like you first person a chapter and then that's like a George R.R. Martin thing. Like that's why The Expanse is all like that, because they're disciples of his. And so if he's doing all first person, but it's not like an old man telling a story, writing down his life or something, which is a gimmick that makes that work, then it's just like mid, I guess. I mean, I haven't written a novel, but I wouldn't write mine like that. You know, if I'm doing first person, then there's the old man at the end telling you his life story type thing.
She's definitely top of the line, too, because those eyes never came from one of your standard template jobs. Must have cost her parents a fortune before she was even out of the womb. Or out of whatever brushed steel medical casket they used to relieve some C-suite executive's wife of that oh-so-tastelessly biological of human responsibilities.
Oh my god.
Oh my
It's
god.
so
And-
awkward.
And you're telling me this character didn't make him a sandwich? What the fuck? What the fuck is that? What's the point of having a fucking technocrated printed horror waifu if she doesn't even make you a sandwich?
I know.
A Japanese man writing it would have.
She would have bullied him and made the sandwich, and for some reason fallen in love with him.
She would have had that sandwich ready for him on a nice plate with like.
It would have looked nice. It would have looked good. It would have looked artistic.
Yeah, a little bit of garnish on the side.
It would have pissed him off.
Yeah, look how long this fucking description is. My
It's
god.
very long.
Almost 2 paragraphs.
It's too long, man. Devon, why
Yeah.
would you do
Watch
this?
some hentai.
It's too long.
Being too mean, but it's too much.
You are-
If I was just reading this, I'd be nicer to it than I am now. But like, you know, you guys are coloring me a little bit.
I'm trying to be a little nicer about it.
Well, I'm more pissed off because I have to read this a second time. I was
It's
hoping to
true.
black hole this
Yeah.
from my memory.
All I'm saying is, if I get a printed anime girl waifu transhuman fucking disaster creature, as my woman, she better make me a fucking sandwich.
Well, he didn't order her. She wasn't a mail order waifu.
Yeah, but she's fake. You know, not human.
In other words, a princess. No actual tiara, but probably as close to royalty as the 22nd century has to offer. And there we have some world building right there, couched at the very end of this very long description. I mean, I guess we also have the baby caskets.
We have some sort of spaceship, bioengineered waifus, and gravity ovens.
Yeah, and women shirking their biological duties as mothers.
Well, she's a mutated freak. She doesn't count.
Like
It's
test
true.
tube baby stuff.
Yeah, the test tube babies.
Admittedly, I knew a kid who was an early test tube baby. He was he was Jewish.
Of course.
That explains everything.
It explains so much.
You're staring.
She says. Naturally, her voice is perfect, too. High and sweet. Better suited to angelic choirs than complaining about cheap processed food. Bit of a Mars accent in there somewhere.
What the fuck does a Mars accent sound like?
It sounds all southern-like.
In The Expanse, the Mars accent is Texan. Yeah.
Well, I can't do that, so that's as far as my voice acting abilities go.
Depends on who conquered Mars. Has he told us who conquered Mars?
Nope.
Has he told us?
I have
what
no idea
the
who.
phenotype?
I assume it's exactly the same as The Expanse.
Well, what's the phenotype of a Martian? Because, like, in The Expanse, Martians are, like, your stereotypical Martian is kind of a but sounds like a Texan and has a Texan
You're thinking
culture.
too hard into it. It's just there for flavor, man.
Well, no, if you're telling me about a Martian accent, I want to know who settled Mars, so what did a Martian accent ended up turning out as in the 21st century or 22nd
Well,
century.
do that. You get 2
or whatever.
paragraphs of fake waifu.
Yeah, this is something a lot of writers absolutely must think about, which is how did demographics, change in the world when you're world building? How do they move about? Who lived where first? Who occupied this territory? Who conquered this territory? How did this region come into being?
I agree, and that's one thing that's actually great in The Expanse is that that's covered, and basically it's not good what happens.
I usually won't explain how things in my world work exactly. It's just I know exactly how it works. I know exactly who settled where, how this happened, why it's happened. But I don't necessarily feel the need to tell everyone that unless
that's
it's
fair,
very
but
relevant.
I'm just saying, if you're telling me that there's an accent, I want to know, and you're saying that this is the world, this is Earth, this isn't some fucking fantasy or far future or far past deal, like this is the 22nd century and our modern society evolved into the spacefaring society with time, then I want to know who settled Mars and so what a Martian accent is,
Yeah, that's fair.
You could have gotten away with a little bit of a description, like, oh, the diphthong slips out a little bit, reminding me of scant Mars accent, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, he could have just told us it sounds kind of like Mandarin, or it sounds kind of like, or it sounds kind of like English. But
Yeah, if you're fucking referencing Japanese anime, I'm sure Chinese people still exist. If not, base.
That's a good point. If you're putting the word Japanese in there, then that should be like maybe it was the Japanese that settled Mars, and so that's why they have Japanese-looking waifus around Mars Station.
You're in my kitchen, is all I managed to get out. Not the sharpest response. Try again. More to the point, you're on my ship. Who the hell are you? And what are you doing on my ship? She arches a single perfect obsidian eyebrow at me.
Your ship,
She asks artfully.
not Wei Shang Bang's ship, not the ship you finance for every last penny, not the ship with a lien on it larger than its market value, not the ship you've missed the last 4 payments on. I think you have some reading to do.
Does the ship have rims? I bet the ship has really nice rims. You know what I'm saying?
It had great rims. Oh, hey, look, we have a guest. We have another guest.
We have another guest? I didn't make enough circles for this.
We have a new guest. He just kind of popped in. He showed up. It's Evil, everyone.
Evillols.
Evil!
Evil! Evil!
Hello, everyone.
You've caught up on a little bit. You've read too far ahead of everyone.
I did.
So, Evil, you've just read a bit. Give us your thoughts on this on the early part.
There's a lot of exposition dumps in this.
Yes.
So I'm trying to... It's like I'm in a constant state of processing. Wait, what is that? Wait, what are we talking about? Wait.
It really fucks with the flow, doesn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't make things just move. It kind of makes me kind of have to stop and think and go, wait, what did that mean? Let me reread that.
Not in the good way either.
In the best way.
No.
All right, so we're going to restart. We're going to pick it up from an earlier point. So here we are. More to the point, you're on my ship. Who the hell are you, and what are you doing on my ship? Also, as a side note, I don't like repeating words like in this way, but, I know it's normal.
Yeah, you gotta edit that down some way or somehow.
Yeah, it's redundant.
Bro, that's why English is the best language in literary work, because we have a lot of different ways of saying the same thing, and you gotta find a different way to say it. You don't repeat words like that. It's grueling to the eye of a reader, and even more to the ear if it's spoken.
Exactly.
You know why English is like that, right?
Or kind of Old English, the Germanics. Latin came up in there with Rome, and then French after that.
Yeah, we have so many different little things. I mean, I know that we basically have 2 words for everything, which is either Germanic or French.
Nerds.
Evil's a bit of a linguist.
She arches a single perfect obsidian eyebrow at me.
Your ship? Not Wei Shang Bank's ship? Not the ship you finance for every last penny? Not the ship with a lien on it larger than its market value? Not the ship you've missed the last 4 payments on? I think you have some reading to do.
I don't have time to wonder how she knows all this or why she cares. A chime sounds in my auditory nerve, and a little icon lights up in the corner of my eye. She sent an email to my neural lace implant. I concentrate for a moment, and some sort of document projects itself on my visual cortex, semi-transparent, overlaying my view of both Galley and mysterious little fairy woman.
I'll give him that. This paragraph is good. I do like this paragraph.
It's wordy.
Well, they told us that he has a neural link in his eye, but if you didn't see the cover art, maybe that's not entirely clear, but it's fair enough.
Also, I want you to know, SpaceX exists in this.
Gay. I think that this guy being a cyborg fucking implantable technology transhuman is maybe worse than a printed waifu. I don't know. It's pretty bad.
You don't think cyborgs are cool, Quee?
If I could play Cyberpunk and not do any upgrades and just remain human, I would do that.
It's like that one guy in Ghost in a Shell. He was on the team. He was the only one that had no upgrades whatsoever. And he ran around with like a revolver. So when they had weird hacker crap happening, he would be completely okay. He'd have a disadvantage to like the upgraded people, but he never had to worry about hacking.
I find it funny that we've been complaining about the exposition being very wordy, and then he says it's wordy.
It took me a second that you were saying that from the actual line. And I thought it was an actual criticism. I was like, what? This is actually a good paragraph.
It was a double entendre there.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, I hadn't read ahead yet, so I actually just thought that was your comment.
No.
Because you didn't say official.
No, I don't mind that last paragraph. It's fine.
They've actually told us more about what's going on besides like gushing over his waifu in that paragraph than anything else. Now we know this motherfucker's alright, he may be white, but he's a fucking cyborg eye fucking implanted Neuralink brain cunt.
The best part is it ties to the scene. Not only is it a descriptor of him, it ties into what she's sending to him.
It's wordy, official, crammed with legal jargon. Cryptographically signed and verified, but the meaning is clear. Bloody hell. The loans? She's bought the loans. Every last one of them. This is a point that does annoy me, but I'll get to that later. Every last one of them. If she calls them in, takes me to arbitration, I could be stuck here on Arachne until the case settles.
I like how you pronounced Arachne. That was good. I probably wouldn't have done it so good of a job. I do like what just happened here. In terms of buying loans, that is a thing that happened in British history very often, the way like debts and stuff like that could work. You could really indenture slave a motherfucker, especially when it had to do with ship payments. That was a very regular thing.
That means no prospecting, no flying, and no money. Nothing but a little trickle of cash from mining guild residuals. Not enough to make loan payments I'm already behind on. No payments, no ship. She's probably got teams of lawyers on standby, ready and waiting to grease the wheels and squeeze me out of my inheritance, out of my home. But why? I also want you to know, because we're not going to get to this, but he and his father built this ship, the White Cat, from scratch.
I kind of like this because this is the classic story of a good sailor, presumably, being fucking screwed out of his accomplishments and well-being by lawyers and scums, which is, a very common story, like Lord Cochrane,
I don't know. You know, I don't
know. My character, Captain Jack, is based on Lord Cochrane.
The audience doesn't know who the fuck Captain Jack is.
He's a based Giga Chad sailor, basically. The audience knows who Lord Cochrane is, okay?
Okay. I closed the email. Look, lady, that still doesn't make it your ship. And it doesn't give you the right to just break in here and help yourself to the fridge. So if you do take me to arbitration, then maybe I tell them what you just did, and...
Oh, dear.
She smiles, all sweetness and light, but sarcasm and malice drip from her voice.
That would be a shame. We'd all have to spend a couple weeks attending meetings while you argued your case. That would be fun. The best legal team money can buy versus...
And here she looks me up and down, waves a delicate, manicured hand in a dismissive flick.
Well, you. Oh, you might even win some settlement that amounts to less than I spent on these shoes.
I can't help but glance at them, still resting on the table. They just look like sensible low-heel pumps to me, nothing special.
Does a man know what pumps are? Come on. Does a man know what pumps are? Because I tell you for one that I do not.
I don't know what that means. I think I understand low heel best of all.
What are pumps, Precious?
They're like heels, but they're 1 inch thick.
So like short guy boots with like the little extra.
Yeah, but in heel form.
I also don't know why we need to pay attention to the shoes so closely. I don't think it really
he's
matters.
really obsessed with the waifu.
very, very obsessed with the waifu.
The waifu has gotten way more description than all the technology and all the...
Yes.
But all the waifuing aside, I didn't hate that exchange. The dismissive flick,
no,
manicured hand. Those are nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
It just would be better if there wasn't as much description of the girl as possible.
The amount he spent on the shoes, fair enough. And then we have a whole fucking next sentence about shoes.
Well, it's expositioning him as a person and character instead of letting us be immersed by his actions. And maybe one thought here or there. No.
Exposition always goes well when you make it go in naturally with what's happening, like with the manicured hand, dismissive flick. It gave you a description of the hand without having to spend time, but it's telling you what's happening at the same time.
Dismissive, her dainty hand, forged from the mines of Mars and blah blah blah.
A dainty
Made
little
of
hand,
titanium.
a dainty little finger, delicate, manicured from the spas of Mars.
The company started 100 years ago.
I used to be a mining man.
Half Asian, half robot women have special fish that eat the dead skin off your feet.
I'm not gonna lie, what I just described would make a funny comedy novel or story of some sort.
I mean, I can only hope that I can write a book that gets enough attention where a couple retards can pull it apart on YouTube.
Which probably means I'm some sort of Neanderthal who doesn't know about expensive shoes, fine wine, or French poetry, who's only good for simple things like cleaning hydroponic algae traps or welding pieces of metal together.
I just have to comment that, are the French known for poetry? No, it's the English that are known for poetry. The French are known for winemaking. He really messed that one up.
I mean, you could argue the British Isles in general, because the Celtic peoples have such a long bardic tradition.
Right, that's why English is the fucking primary language. English will be the fucking language that your menu is in fucking space. If we get to space.
Yeah.
The first option for text is going to be English. Second one, probably Chinese.
The only thing is, we renamed the English language to
America! Fuck yeah!
But then you'd have to explain this.
There's another chime in my auditory nerve, signaling the arrival of a second document. She takes another bite of the sandwich.
Nom 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 nom. Hey, she's a waifu.
Hey,
Gotta play it
Miss
up.
Neat, I think that earns you inspiration in the pirate game that I'm not running.
Yes.
Fully kindly into accepting it.
We're gonna bully the shit out of him. He's from Canada. We're gonna tariff that motherfucker 25%.
He should be honored.
She takes another bite of the sandwich and looks at it with distaste, apparently surprised that an invisible servant hasn't stealthily replaced it with something more to her liking.
It's the redundancies he puts in there. Hydroponic algae traps, welding pieces of metal. Just say welding. Just cleaning this. Invisibly, stealthily. Just invisibility is already stealthy.
That's a great point. You know what? I didn't even...
You're right.
I would know because when I write, I vomit and I go, why did I write that?
Yes.
I vomit right, basically. I just go, what if this happened and this happened? And I just kind of throw it all up and then I just...
I
kinda...
see. You didn't mean you reread it and it makes you puke. You mean you just spew it all out and then edit.
Yeah. I had a teacher who was in high school. He got me into writing. And he said that you just don't stop to do any sort of commas, periods, question marks. Just vomit it out, basically, is what he said. And I was like, it kind of stuck with me.
Great
Fix
advice.
it later,
Back in
basically.
editing like that harder. I like to structure my words correctly for each sentence before I move on to the next.
I'm a bit weird. I'll write, and as I'm writing, I'll go back, reread, edit, and then continue writing. But
Yeah,
I'm
I
a
do
nut.
that too.
Maybe I shouldn't even look, shouldn't play her game, but I do. I'm clearly being set up for some reason, and I need to know just how badly I'm fucked. So I look. Huh. Lady, this is just a list of timestamps and SPS coordinates. I don't know what you think you have here, but...
Yes. In fact, it's a list of times and locations for your ship.
Uh-oh. I don't like that smile on her face.
What? You look surprised. Didn't you know that most spacecraft loans come with tracking software? You should have read that contract. You can read, can't you?
Ice crawls down my spine. If she's been watching where I've been, how much does she know? Does she know what else I've been doing? And if so, how the hell did she find out? Don't ask, admit nothing, bluff.
You know what she found out? She saw the stained mattress.
She smelled the smell that smelled smelly.
Yeah, okay, so you say you know where I was. So what? All my claims are registered with the Mining Guild. Anyone can look them up. And why would...
I wonder, what would happen if someone compared those times and locations to that whole string of high-profile cargo hijackings that have been simply all over the news lately?
Fuck. She knows.
I love cursing.
She knows everything. By the way, Marcus is a pirate.
I guess he's been doing high-profile cargo hijacking.
I know, and he hasn't been caught with his loan tracking.
A whole string, even though he's got all this tracking software, apparently.
Yeah, but, you know, government is quite useless, actually. So,
Space is big.
space is very big.
I'm assuming they're just inside the solar system on this one.
Yes, they're inside the solar system.
Ain't no warp drive or anything. But,
Actually, I think they do have some sort of warp drive.
alright, well, maybe you can't use it in a gravity well. Like, that's usually the standard. Even that is in Star Wars. Like, you can't fucking jump to light speed inside a gravity well. Well, no, but then they did that.
Yeah,
in
now
Force
you can.
Awakens.
You couldn't do that before. Now you can.
All right, fair enough. But like, they did do that, which is retarded. Like, you know what would happen when like a theoretical hyperspace object interacts with the fucking planet's gravity well? Like, the ship would disintegrate, and it would probably damage the magnetosphere of the planet. That's like thinking like a sci-fi nerd. But I'm putting my sci-fi nerd hat on right now.
Yeah,
to try to
you are
analyze.
reading a sci-fi.
I'm getting a lot of waifu and not so much sci-fi.
Well, it's also supposed to be a heist book.
You just made me think of that terrible scene in the Abrams Star Trek movie that came out in the late 2000s where they were getting sucked into a black hole, so they just dumped cargo to get out of it.
That's not how any of this.
We just gotta become lighter or something.
I'm just just thinking of the Rick and Morty meme.
You son of a bitch! I'm in!
What? I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
Oh, really? Shall we go talk to Precision Contract Services? Or perhaps I'll just post these two little lists together on Mars Web.
MarsWeb.com.
MarsWeb.com,
Subscribe.
bitch.
And it's just a picture of Elon with 2 thumbs up.
No, but it's Elon when he's old as fuck, and it's like his profile on a coin, like a king.
Yeah.
Mars Web.
The front is his 2 thumbs up. The back is the Doge.
The back is totally the Doge. And it's like backed by Dogecoin on quantum computers running on crypto Earth for fucking 125 years.
And next to the dog, it says much Mars, much wow.
Much. You're giving me a lot of work to edit with. Fuck you.
Bro, the Mars Dogecoin is worth like fucking 2,500 gold bars now.
Somehow Elon Musk will see this, and then he'll be like, yeah, that's a great idea. I'm going to make that now.
What was your inspiration?
Oh, some retards on YouTube.
It's like, don't worry, nobody watches them. Our AI just snooped it up.
You're welcome, Elon.
Yeah, we want royalties.
Yeah.
Start a little blog. See what comments people make. Let them decide for themselves what they think.
She's got the Jew money to get that blog out in front of people.
Yo, she just got fucking $10 million from USAID. Are you kidding me?
She got $10 million
For interpretive lesbian dance.
USAID is probably dead by this point.
No. 10 million Doge credits from USAID Mars for underprivileged gene twin people or whatever the fuck it was.
Genitwist.
Genitwists. Yeah, you know about the marginalized genitwists. They're always sexual objects because they're perfectly beautiful. Didn't you know that they need special
Cares, not
treatment?
real humans.
Well, yes, that would be my stance. But I would like, what would they call a gene purist in this timeline? They'd call me an arcade. I'd basically be a tech Mennonite or a gene Mennonite, right?
They'd call you Amish. Double fuck.
How many fucks?
Double the fucks. Double the fucks. You see how there were 2 fucks before this? Now there's double fuck.
You can use any word and then fuck. Like, that is fair.
I'd have so many bounties on me that I wouldn't be able to dock anywhere. Maybe not even Earth. Okay, look. Assuming that this means anything, which it doesn't, why the hell do you care? You make the world's most unconvincing bounty hunter, so if this was really about justice or something, you just call Lone Star Northwoods, take a payoff from them that's probably less than you spend each month on fancy lawyers or shoes, and then you'd fuck off. So what the hell do you want out of all this?
Yeah, this is how people talk.
It seems a little bit like trying to be noir.
Is that what he's going for?
I don't know what he's going for. Getting checked out.
She swings her feet down onto the deck, tosses the half-eaten sandwich in the general direction of the recycler, and stands up.
Oh, no space person would waste foods like that. That's fucking ridiculous.
But she
You'd
does.
never, as a space person,
She's a
do that.
princess. She's an anime,
No,
Japanese
Kui,
anime waifu.
she's not a belter. She's not from orbit. She's a flatlander. She was born on the planet and raised there.
So if we know that, then we can take the implication that she disrespected his shit, didn't make him a sandwich, and then wasted his precious fucking food, which is like, besides air and water, it's the 3rd most precious thing they got, right? As a deliberate insult? Or is the writer saying that she just throws away the sandwich because it's a millennial?
I think yes.
She's a cunt, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that.
She strides towards me, bouncing slightly in the low station gravity. Wow, she's insanely genitwisted.
Here we go.
What?
I love that. That's great. That's the best line in the whole book so far.
She's insanely genitwisted.
She's insanely genitwisted, motherfucker.
I'm into that. That's the most base thing he's thought so far. But I'm still mad about the sandwich. Also, bouncing slightly in the low station gravity. This is the first time we've understood that this situation is happening in low gravity.
Yeah.
Is the station spinning at 1G? Is it? Do they
I think
have
it's
artificial
0.8.
grav tech? Does he have grav boots? There's a lot of things that like make people stand in situations.
You mean a lot of
having...
things we could have been given to be more immersed into this world?
I think the gravity does come up at least in the next chapter, and it's 0.8.
If it's 0.8, then okay, fair enough. Low station gravity. If he's telling us later it's 0.8, then I'm willing to forgive that. Because if you guys don't know, 0.8 is like if you weigh 200 pounds, you'll be like 180 or 170. So it's not that, you know.
Also, he's done a good job of making you hate the intruder.
Oh fuck! This is recording, and I don't know if that math's right. I'm gonna get roasted.
It's okay.
Everyone
Justin,
will
edit that out. Edit that out.
No, he gets bullied for the math. They made her tiny. Lounging with her feet up on the table, she just looked short. Flatlander short. 5 feet or so. But they've made her even shorter than that. On purpose.
Why even say 5 feet if she's shorter than that?
She's like 4 feet tall, I guess.
Then just say 5 feet.
Well, he's saying that because she looked short on the table, like she was 5 feet or something, but she's actually way tinier. I didn't grow up in microgravity, her stature says. I'm not 7 feet tall, like some belter mining trash. I spent my childhood in tasteful upmarket ring habitats where we have full Earth gravity and big open spaces with lots of
We
plants.
get it.
And we never eat synthetic ham made out of vet krill.
Based, and extra based, and fuck those belter mutants.
There's just so much on her description to exposition his point of view and background. Like, I don't know, I don't like it. I don't like it. I wanted to stop.
It's too much extra description.
By the way, The Expanse ripped off the idea of belters from Larry Niven, who I think in his short stories was the first one to say belter, but maybe there was like pulp and stuff before that. But yeah, the idea of belters as a culture, like that was originally Larry Niven.
I mean, it makes sense, too.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fair enough concept that anybody in sci-fi can extrapolate.
Yeah, it's like everybody has faster than light in their sci-fi.
What the hell is wrong with these people? I feel like this is a question pointed at you, Kui, for laughing at it. At these belter mutants.
Well, they're belter mutants. They never grew up under fucking gravity. Like, even 0.8, their spine would be normal. But no, they're at fucking 0.0 or 0.01 or some shit. Their spine is all fucking mutated and disgusting. Fuck them. They're fucking monsters. They might as well be sent down the gravity well, the hard way.
Standing, she barely comes up to my chest and has to reach up to poke me in the sternum with one manicured nail.
What do I want? That's easy. You. I want you. You're a thief and a pirate, and I can prove it. And you don't want anyone else to know. Which means, in simple terms, that I own you now. Slave. Get to the cotton fields.
Why doesn't he just choke her to death right there?
You'll see in a moment. You'll see in a moment. She punctuates this with another prod. I swat her hand away. Even as I connect, there's a screech like tearing metal, ear-splitting and continuous, and from somewhere, a strobe lights up, impossibly bright, breaking reality into still-frame images. All right, Evil and Kui fight for this role. Who wants it?
Step away from the protectee.
Perfect. The synthesized voice snarls. Deliberately crude, harsh, robotic, calibrated for intimidation. Reads it like...
Danger, Will Robinson! Danger! No, Will Robinson! Danger!
Oh yeah, I totally went for that.
The lights must be designed to blind me, but they don't. My left eye is an implant, not cloned or biofactured, but fully synthetic. The Zeiss Falcon 160 series may be old and clunky, but they're powerful, and it doesn't need time to adapt. I don't even have to squint. But what about your other eye?
Wait. You're telling me I'm a German death robot? That's different.
No, his eye. It's the implant.
Oh. So he's a German fucking cyborg. Well, fuck him.
No, his people came from Norway.
Even worse. Fucking heathens.
Admittedly, if you're a Scandinavian, then you've got German-made stuff. This is how it is, so that's fair.
Behind the flashing glare, the spider unfolds, the sectioned metal legs writhing out of the darkness near the ceiling, the hint of metal body behind the muzzle of some weapon I can't identify, curved and sharp in a disturbingly organic design, like something out of an old monster film, or a nightmare from the depths of the Terran Ocean.
Step away. Failure to comply will result in use of force. You may be injured or killed. This is your final warning.
He's really into the role, Justin.
He's really into it. So I'll say this. The robotic protection drone is later described as a spider crab octopus.
Oh, he should have sounded gayer then.
You don't even get the octopus part until you get that description in like chapter 4. Robotic protection drone. I've never seen one of these in person before, but I know what it must be. Expensive thing. Guard for VIPs. Supplements a human security force with superhuman reflexes and 360-degree awareness. Packed into an 8-legged steel chassis complete with nasty assortment of non-lethal weapons. Mostly non-lethal. I think. Don't want to test that.
Sounds kind of cool, actually, the concept of such a thing.
I don't mind the drone. The drone's good. She's still nursing her hand, shaking it out. Bitch. Pussy. Weak.
I'm just imagining it that it looks like the torture drone that fucking Darth Vader tortures Leia with.
Except, you know, it has legs and crab arms.
Well, of course. They obviously don't have any grav tech because they're at 0.8 G. So it's gotta have legs. It can't fucking float, can it?
She's still nursing her hand, shaking it out. Those pretty amethyst eyes must be more for looks than harsh conditions. She has them squeezed almost shut against the strobe. I back off and the cacophony ceases. Thing must be designed to read human body language. Threat postures. No, wait. Not thing. Things. A second metal crab spider scuttles down the wall. Were they both hanging from the ceiling? I didn't look up when I came in. No one ever thinks to look up. I take another step backwards, resting my back against the frame of the kitchen door hatch, lowering my hands slowly, trying to keep them away from my belt. I don't want the neural nets driving these things to assume I'm going for a pistol. Not that I could. Didn't even wear one today. Careless, I suppose, but it's Arachne Station. What the hell could happen? I wouldn't try to outdraw 2 protection drones anyway. 1 would be a bad risk. 2? Suicide. The little princess glares up at me, eyes open now, blinking rapid fire trying to recover from the strobes. The drones twitch restlessly on either side, fixated on me, their simple little neural net brains just itching for an excuse.
Rule 1. You don't touch me. Ever. Rule 2. You do what I say, when I say, without hesitation or stupid questions. Do you understand?
I know this game. It's a ritual gesture as old as humankind. If I say yes, I'm submitting, declaring her Queen Alpha Bitch or whatever title tickles her aristocratic erogenous zones.
Aristocratic erogenous zones.
The AEZ, man. It's the AEZ. It's AEZ.
My ankles, you're tickling them.
I know I should nod, bend the knee, kiss the ring, wait for my moment. But I just can't make myself do it. Gotta say something at least.
You can kind of tell he was having fun with this part because his writing gets a little bit better.
Yes.
In the beginning, it seemed like he threw everything in the AI.
I don't think he did that. I think he was just kind of bored, and it felt like a slog to get through. I don't know if that's how he felt like while writing it, but, you know, it feels like that a little bit.
Yeah, or got too into it, where he's just describing crap.
Yeah, I want to do more than that. I want to wrap my hands around that tiny, elegant neck and squeeze until she shuts the fuck up. She'd like that.
Probably it is. Well, is it a woman? It's a...
Yeah, she's a woman.
Mutated. Are you sure?
She's a bioengineered woman.
Well, they bioengineered her to be really short. Why?
Because women are cute when they're short.
Yeah, but not like child short.
I mean, you're right. Lady, you got some sort of weird control fetish? Or is there a point to all this? I don't think people like you moonlight as bounty agents, and I know for sure you don't come down to the docks in person and do your own dirty work. So just supposing you were right about me being some sort of, space pirate or something, then what the hell would you want with me anyway?
Fetish? Ew. Don't flatter yourself. You're not my type. I had to do it.
You had to do it. That's not what I was talking about.
I'll make it simple for you. Thieves are for stealing. You're going to steal something for me.
I give her a flat look. Couldn't you have just paid someone?
Never mind what I could do. This is what I'm doing. Now, are you going to be a good boy and cooperate, or do I turn you over for piracy and keep your ship while they shove you out an airlock?
She isn't kidding. Station security companies don't fuck around, and undesirables get deported quick. If you can arrange transportation pronto, fine with them. If you can't, airlock. With or without a suit. Get notorious enough, no station or habitat will touch you, and your only option is pitching a dome in the Martian desert. Or Earth. Airlock might be preferable, though. Why is Earth not as preferable as an airlock? Why is Earth less preferable than the airlock?
Don't know.
You see, I've read 5 chapters in. I still don't know why, and I've completely forgotten about this question in my mind until now. And so I'm hoping that we get to see Earth at least so I could know.
Oh my god, I can't believe I was muted for a while, and I just said, well, it's obviously, it's
Perfect.
and I'm like, nobody reacted, like, what the fuck? And then I'm like, I look down, I'm muted, so I've probably been muted for like,
Yeah, I
don't know,
think
10
you were.
minutes.
I was wondering why it's so quiet.
Yeah.
Wait.
It
I
was.
was wondering why I wasn't getting good responses. Oh my god, there were so many good comments. Fuck.
Damn.
But yeah, no.
You and your muting problems, man.
Stop muting.
Okay, fine. So hypothetically, again, just what is it you want stolen anyway?
I'll tell you when you need to know. But right now, just get everything secured for maneuvers. We have about an hour before departure.
What? Right away? Hold on a minute, it's not that fucking easy. I need to take on fuel, liquid oxygen, and...
Already taken care of. Being loaded as we speak.
I didn't see anyone in the hold when I came through. But that just means no cargo. A suited team of longshoremen could be out in hard vacuum right now, swarming over the hull, refilling PMH fuel, liquid oxygen and nitrogen, reserve air, checking the hull for micrometeoroid pits, greasing the rail fittings, the works.
Look, bro, I know longshoremen. I worked with longshoremen. You do not want them doing any of that shit. Your ship will be so fucked up. But anyway, you do not want the fucking longshoremen doing any of that shit for you. I mean, maybe space longshoremen are a little bit better at their job.
I would doubt it, if they're the same kind of people.
Like, you do not want them rigging your safety factors, man.
And hypothetically, assuming I don't just tell you to fuck off and do your worst right now, what's to prevent me from just taking the cat and disappearing altogether? It's a big solar system out there, you know. Plenty of places a mining ship can vanish to.
Oh, you didn't think I was just going to let you fly off on your own, did you?
She steps back and plants herself carefully in Dad's chair again, never taking her eyes off me.
No. Inconvenient as it may be, I'm coming with you. And when we get where we're going, I'll tell you what you need to do.
She gestures, and in a scrabble of far too many metallic limbs, the drones scuttle back to flank her, clinging to chair and table legs. A sensor cluster, far too small to be a head, points itself at me, studded with LEDs and cameras and other bits I don't understand. Threat's clear enough. Mess with my unwelcome passenger, and they'll turn me into a grease spot on my own deck. Well, fuck you too. And what makes you think I'll take us anywhere near wherever the hell it is you want to go? She flashes me a smile that would be devastating if it were the least bit sincere, but it's smug, not happy. Doesn't touch her eyes.
Try it. Go on. Plot us a course somewhere else, then. Plot us a course to wherever it is you people go. See what happens.
I know it's another setup, but I can't help it. Even though my stomach is sinking. Even though I already know what I'm going to find. I trigger my neural implants again. Try to access the ship's computer network to call up the navigational plotter. Access denied. In big red letters, superimposed over my field of view, right over her self-satisfied little porcelain doll face. Inanely, I repeat the query. Access denied.
I'm the captain now.
Okay, I'm glad you said it that way, because I was gonna Somali the shit out of that if you did.
Look at me. I'm the captain now.
And like that, we're done. That's chapter 1 of Theft of Fire.
After you get out of the first part that was really, really cringe, up until the shoes, then it started getting better.
Yeah, I think half of the chapter could have been cut out.
This is how I feel with the later chapters as well. There's not as much description in them. He's not worrying about that anymore. He's like, well, I described it earlier, so, fuck describing it again. So it's a much better read. It's much easier to read. I'm still bored as shit after 5 chapters. And after 5 chapters, I still don't know this bitch's name.
So is she really 4 feet tall, or were you guys
No,
just
she's 4 feet
bullshitting?
tall.
That is some fucking sick, twisted, lowly, fucking
Jenna
sex doll,
twisted.
fucking Jenna twisted shit. Like, so we knew that she was like an anime girl, but we didn't know that she was one of those anime girls.
I should have added in a few ayaya in there.
I may like those anime girls wearing Hugo Boss and doing dances with various ancient symbols in the background. I may like that. But to make that into a person and then call that person a woman, well, that's fucked up, man. But you're in a sci-fi world, such a thing exists. Just call her a halfling. Okay, fine. Just call her a halfling. It's okay. She's just a halfling. She's a hobbit.
Hobbits.
Who said my wife was a hobbit?
So,
So you'd rather be called a pedo. Okay, gotcha.
reading the chapter a second time, I'm still not interested in reading the book.
Yeah, after reading it the second time, I wasn't interested in reading the book, but I continued.
I'm really turned off by her being child-sized.
At least she doesn't act like it.
Yeah, but the simping for the waifu in your narrative aside, I don't hate it. I would read the next chapter. Alright, we've done the whole chapter. We get that there's a character who's a transhuman with an eye thing, and this fucking weird fucking Jenna Twist loli thing. And we don't really know anything except for he's got some sort of spaceship and they're at some sort of dock or something. And we know nothing about what's going on in the world at all.
Yeah.
We have no context for anything. So it's hard for me to make a determination without any context for anything. But from what I've seen, it's kind of whack. But no, if I was reading this, I would give it more of a shake than just the chapter.
He's like hinging on you being interested of this forcing him to steal something for her. And it could have worked if both characters felt more alive than robots.
As a male reader of lots of sci-fi, I'm totally into reading the next chapter of a story about a weird pedo sex doll fucking mutant creature enslaving a man.
Well, it doesn't seem like he's interested in her.
I guess this just is not my type of fantasy, so I don't know.
He's been alone in space for too long, MsNeet. He's getting his minor erogenous zones tickled.
Yeah. Wait, by her?
Yeah,
Why?
he's been alone in space too long.
But why? Where's the buildup of this?
A sailor has needs.
It's literally just, I've been alone in space too long. I need to stay away from her because it's too pretty.
It would be nice if there was a little bit of context of where he just came from or what. He just docked from somewhere, right? He just stepped
No,
on the
he's been
ship.
on the station for a couple months. I think. Maybe not. I don't
Does it
know.
say that?
I don't know.
They should have made him super based, where he's not into gene twisted girls.
Yeah,
He's only
yeah,
into
that would
belter
be-
chicks or whatever fucking place he's from.
They're tall chicks too. The Belter chicks, they're all 7 feet tall.
He likes human women that aren't fucking mutant creatures. Like, yeah.
He's sick. He's into midgets. That's what he's into.
Wait, so is he a 7 foot tall fucking belter
Yes.
spine twisted weirdo?
Not spine twisted.
Alright, he's got a straight spine, fine. That's because he likes 4 gene twist fucking 4 foot tall girls, not boys, right? Or else that's when his spine wouldn't be straight.
Yeah.
I would say that I would finish the book before I gave any review about it.
Oh no.
I'm capable of reading through books. All the things we tore apart in this first chapter would mostly be things that I would forgive if the story ends up being good, and if we get more explanation for how the world is, and less fucking exposition bullshit, and less like cringe anime shit.
Well, I'll tell you this. I've read the first 5 chapters. That's the first part of the book, of the 5 parts of the book. I'm bored still. There's some interesting moments, but I'm just bored. You have like 1 to 2 short interactions usually between him and her. And these are the only 2 characters that are really interacting, except when Marcus calls on his Indian friend.
Oh man, does it describe what he smells like, Sigma?
Well, no, he's in the screen.
Oh, he calls him on a video
Yeah,
call.
because all 5 chapters are on the ship.
Wonderful.
Do they account for time dilation or time delay? Do they have faster than light transmissions?
I think it's faster than light transmission.
Is it quantum paired, or is it just works and it's subspace, or we don't know?
I don't know.
I think you're confusing this as a hard sci-fi novel.
It's supposed to be a heist novel in sci-fi.
This seems like simp sci-fi.
He
But the man
did
has-
keep calling her pretty.
And the man has weird tastes, because, like, it's one thing if she was a normal-sized woman, anime girl, made flesh, twin gene, whatever. But, like, if she's actually 4 feet tall, that's very sinister.
All right, so we could plan to have a actual book club and just discuss the book once we finished it.
I'll read it.
I'm hoping it gets better because a lot of people on Twitter keep saying it's good, and I'm just over here bored.
So that was 1 chapter. How many chapters?
There's 33.
33, you read 5. So it could just kind of suck in the beginning and
Yeah.
then get its feet.
It could.
You know? Is this the author's first
Yes,
book?
it is. And he's a retired engineer.
Okay, that explains the gobbledygook thing. He's doing that thing where they, like I was talking about how he's over explaining things. It's like it's appealing to engineers. And I thought about that with one of my, because I've worked with some of my, like my cyberpunk story, and I want to put hacking in it because I kind of have a slight understanding of it, but I don't want to bore people with it, but I want to be realistic at the same time. So you find that balance where you're not explaining all the technicalities, but you get to a somewhat simplistic understanding. Well, now they got in. Well, because they did this. You don't give all the technical jargon, which just bores the audience with, what does this mean? What does that mean? What is, I don't understand this.
It's like explaining code to someone.
Yeah, it's not interesting unless you're like a code person.
See, I thought he was just making shit up.
All that's fair, but I would say that I do love tech babble sometimes, like fucking Geordie LaForge just telling you about, you know, the subspace current of the fucking intermix matrix or whatever. Like, I'll fucking love that. I'll eat all that up.
Well, that's a character explaining who's into tech, that techno-babble stuff, and he's explaining the techno-babble in the techno-babbly way. It's fun.
You're saying that Geordie's a good character.
Yeah, Geordie's a
whereas,
good character that can pull it off.
And isn't this from the point of view of a miner, a belt miner?
Yeah, belt miner. Yeah.
Why would he even get into the technical jargon to begin with the cybernetics anyway?
Well, you see, he didn't skip physics class.
Okay.
Plus, he built the ship with his dad. He's a very well-read character.
Admittedly, if you're an asteroid miner, you're more competent in these engineering systems than some faggot engineer that works at the dock. Like, you're out there mining asteroids and it's you and death, so you're actually pretty competent, probably. Because, like, if you're retarded, then you'll be dead. Yeah.
But anyway, that was the first chapter of Theft of Fire. I think we'll have a book club on this. I don't know if Evil will join us then, but he's welcome to.
I'll see what I can do.
I'll certainly reserve judgment until I read the book.
And MsNeet.
Well, no.
She will not read the book, but she'll be there anyway. So it will be a book club between me and Kui, and we'll discuss this. Yeah, it'll be the boys' book club. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little episode on the first chapter of Theft of Fire, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, I love you. Bye.
Like and
Not really.
subscribe.
Subscribe, motherfucker.